Hello everyone, welcome yourselves back to the YouTube channel, back for the next episode of Retro Reviews. We've had a few days off, but we are back on track with episode 21 today. Hope you are having a good day. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you've seen this episode's pick, the Ghost Hunter, the CBBC show airing from 2000 to 2002. And of course, spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. So, The Ghost Hunter is probably one of those shows you may have watched as a kid, you may not have. But it's also one of the things I don't think it was watched by many. When it comes out at such a quick period and, most of your childhood has passed by, you're watching other shows, you don't really think about a show like The Ghost Hunter. So to give you a bit of clarity, a bit of backstory on what it is, Ghost Hunter is about a ghost called William Povey. He comes across a kid called Roddy as he's hiding from the ghost hunter, who he thinks is a man the entire time, but is revealed to be Mrs. Croker. As the series progresses on, Roddy has a sister called Tessa. They have obviously parents of Mr. and Mrs. Oliver. And you have other characters like who's the main ones? The Sniff, obviously the assistant of the Ghost Hunter. You have Wally, the bully, Professor Darcy, who gets introduced to in season 3 in the Victorian areas, and a few other characters that appear throughout the 3 seasons. As I said, came out 2000, in January of 2000, and finished in the February of 2002, consisting of 3 seasons. And I think it's a terrific show. Apparently, a 4th season was just never in the work because it goes away from Roddy and Tessa after season 2, and it introduces their kids of Leo and Bex, not their kids, but Roddy's kids. Tessa sort of gets written out of it altogether. But for the show, in the main part of it, does it live up to what we expect? Was it good? Was it enjoyable? What made it appealing? Jean Marsh was fantastic in it. She obviously plays the ghost hunter, Mrs. Croker. She's a fantastic villain for the 3 seasons. Working with the Sniff, working with Professor Darcy. I just overall being the main nemesis. She was incredible. She was convincing. It was enjoyable to watch her on screen. Roddy, Tessa, and William were a great trio for the first 2 seasons. Leo and Bex weren't as good in season 3, in my opinion, because we were so hooked on these characters for 12 episodes, and then we only got like 6 episodes with them. The parents were enjoyable to watch. The side characters of Tessa's girlfriend, her friend who's a girl. Wally was a good villain. His development into season 3 was really cool. You had the guy who was always hating on Roddy, the janitor guy. He was enjoyable. The teachers were likable. The story was cool and enjoyable. Chillwood Castle. I love the whole story about that and the possibility and of the Ghost Hunter being killed at the end of season 1, and then obviously upgrading to a bigger plot in season 2, and then going into the future / past in the 3rd season. So there was so much to love about this show. The settings they took. Clothing, shorts, CBBC fully went out on this, and I think BBC should have maybe gone for a 4th season to tell more of a story on Leo and Bex, but I think they wrapped up everything well. I watched the first episode again today for clarity and to see if it actually aged well. Graphics wise, they're actually a lot better than I actually remembered. The acting was good, not incredible, but it's believable to say it's about ghosts and that sort of stuff. I love the old worldy British countryside towns. And yeah, I just think the show hits the nail on the head. It's a very simple show, a very simple set of characters with a plot that's not always used in the way they used it. Second sight, brushes so people can be invisible. Second sniff, second hearing. I love how they use those sorts of things. And I think Ivan Jones did a terrific job of bringing the... I think he obviously wrote the books as well, if I'm correct on that. Yes, and they're the person who brought it to the TV world with other writers. And yeah, I think as children's shows go, live action children's shows, this is one of the most enjoyable ones I ever watched. I always have fond memories. I always love going back to it every now and again. And this is one of the shows I would like to review. The entirety of the show, but obviously, I mean, I always do shows anyway in the back of my mind. So this may come out soon, so stick around for those because I will be Happy to talk about Ghost Hunter on a consistent basis. Obviously, if you want to see it sooner, let me know down below. If you've seen it and you enjoy it, also let me know. If you haven't, all episodes are on YouTube. You can get through each season in 2 hours each. So I think each episode is like 20 minutes long, 6 episodes, obviously equating to 2 hours a piece, which is really easy. So you can watch the entire thing in 6 hours, which I think is really cool. Really amazing how that sort of thing is accessible, considering it was never released on DVD, or the BBC never really highlight it or put it on BBC iPlayer, for example. But ultimately, a fantastic watch. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 easy. Sorry, 10 out of 10. A 5 out of 5. Simply incredible show, an enjoyable show with a lot going through it. No negatives, apart from Wally being an absolute annoyance, but you can look past that because he builds into a great character in season 3. So thanks for watching as always. Expect my next video to be coming out later today as well, episode 22, which will be Art Attack. And of course, we'll be back to daily retro reviews, reviews in general, and more posts to follow. So thanks for watching as always. Subscribe, like, and if you want any other shows to be seen and talked about, then suggest them down below. Goodbye.